The only song he got that really get me is When You Move, I Move.
Welcome to the Hottest Wellness Podcast. I've got time with Cherry and ShaKayla.
Here we discuss personal growth, relationships, and healing to become aligned with the best version of ourselves. What's up?
Nothing, chilling, vibing.
You good?
Doing what I gotta do.
You got a tickle in your throat chakra?
I guess. How you doing?
I'm doing alright. I feel like I'm in two different places. Like, part of me feels really fulfilled and grateful. But then the other part of me feels like lacking and just like tired of life. Yeah.
Yeah. Life is but a dream. That's what Big B said.
Yeah. You got anything you want to get off your chest this week?
Nah, I'm good.
Well, Thanksgiving was this past week. But I feel like, I haven't celebrated Thanksgiving for years. Like, I still get together with family or cook, but it's like not to celebrate Thanksgiving just because of like how, they colonized the natives and slaughtered a bunch of them. And so I just don't feel right like celebrating that. And I feel like it's better things you could do with your time and energy, but like supporting Native communities who are at risk right now. Yeah.
Facts, B.
So it's no thanks giving.
No thanks.
I honestly am a Grinch. I hate Christmas too. When this year roll around, I'm just like start getting in a bad mood.
I've never been a fan of Christmas. I don't get in a bad mood. I just don't want to participate in the gift giving of it all.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. I used to despise the music. I don't despise it so much anymore. Yeah. But
there's certain Christmas music I can get with, like Ariana Grande, Christmas and Chill. Love that one. Brandy just came out with a new Christmas album. I haven't heard a lot of songs, with the one that I did hear, she was like sounding really amazing.
She dropped it already?
Yeah, I think it's out.
Oh, I'll get my
ears
on that.
That's only just that one song is out, but I'm pretty sure it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like Christmas. It's a lot of reasons why I don't like Christmas, and that's why I just be so grumpy, because like my emotions be all over the place. Like part of it is spending money and being stressed about spending money. Part of it is irritation from the expectation of gifts and like giving them to people. And like it's really just a man-made holiday so that all these corporations can make so much money. Like even Black Friday was today, and it's like if 60% of Americans are down bad, how is anybody Black Friday shopping? Every time you turn around, it's just overconsumption every motherfucking where. Like TikTok, I don't really go on there no more, because the only thing you gonna see on there is ads. TikTok shop ads.
The ads be going crazy up there. They be trying to get you now too, like with the influencers and stuff. They'll just start talking, and then you realize it's an ad.
Yeah, like that shadow workbook. Ugh.
Y'all
that's the most
crazy
one.
With
And
that shadow work.
I put not interested so many times, and they still keep giving it to me. Like
they said, well, when you're not on the app and we're just listening to you talk, it sounds like that's what you into.
Yeah. Well, I did want to do gratitude this week. This is the first time we ever did gratitude and affirmation of the week.
Let's do it. Let's give it to the girls.
It's giving extra abundance. What are you grateful for?
Ooh, I'm going first.
You want to go first and lead the conversation?
I'm grateful for... I'm grateful for you and your support. You really have encouraged me to trust myself.
Wow, you're going to make me get emotional.
Well, I mean, feel what you gotta feel, but yeah, I've been needing that my whole life, and especially since I've been an adult, and it's been very helpful.
Well, I appreciate you. I'm just happy to be in your life.
Same. What you grateful for?
I don't want to be generic, but I'm like grateful for my health and my family's health. I'm grateful for access to healthcare. And I'm grateful for my therapist. Shout out to Nina.
Yeah. What's up, Neens?
She be asking about the podcast. Low-key want to send her the link, but then at the same time I don't. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be like, girl, you ain't saying nothing about all this.
So, about episode 6, I think we should revisit that.
Girl.
That's crazy.
You ready for the affirmation of the week?
Oh yeah, let's do it. Affirm us.
This week's affirmation is, more is on the way. I try not to turn my head so fast because every time I see the clip, at the end, I'd be like turning my head to look. So I was pausing.
Can you guess what song pops in my head when you say that?
More money, more problems?
No.
That's a good song, though. I'm going to use that for the real this week.
I fuck with it.
What song?
I don't know if it counts as a real gospel song. Help is on the way. The song they were singing at the beginning of Preacher's Wife. Help is on the way. It's on the way. You know?
Leave it to Cherry to bring us into a gospel swing.
Help is on the way. She was going in.
You going in right now.
I saw that movie. It was on one of the TVs in the gym today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That don't seem like something they would be playing in a gym in this town.
Well, you know, they just be having it on different channels.
Oh, okay.
I think it was on TNT or FX, one of those.
I haven't seen TNT in a long time. That's what I used to watch Bones on.
Okay.
What are we discussing this week, honey?
This week, we're talking about cash money, that cream, that guap, that Skrilla.
The moolah.
The moolah. I'm about that guala. I'm about that guala. I hope Honey Cocaine is doing all right.
Oh, man, I remember her. Yeah, she was a vibe for a minute.
Yeah, she dropped that one project. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a bunch of different colors on it. The background is black. That was a good project.
Yeah, she was cool. I don't know what happened to her. I mean, she was signed by Tiger, so.
I think she dropped something a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think she'd be trying to come back, but it's like
The
rap
time
has changed.
passed.
Yeah. Like, you gotta change with the times, baby.
Yeah.
Like, during that time when she came out, West Coast rap was like at the top of the charts. Like, everybody was like on the West Coast vibe, but like.
Yeah. It was a good time to just be coming out and being new too, because that was when Debbie came out. Did she go by Debbie or Lil Debbie? White rapper. Her raps were good for the time. I don't know if she's still making music.
Little Debbie, is she the one that was making songs with that girl Krishan? Not Blueface baby mother, but the other Krishan. She had this one song that used to keep getting played, and now I can't think of it in my head.
I think so, because she used to like help direct videos and stuff too.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, her music was good.
Yeah, no, they was fun. It was a fun little group or whatever.
Yeah.
So, money management.
Money, 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 money. Money.
That remind me of All About the Benjamins.
That's your shit.
It is. I love that movie so much. I like just was saying all the words to the movie. I was so excited. And we just watched Bring It On. I'm all off topic, but that's also one of my favorite movies. I feel so much stress about money, and I think I have always felt that way since I was a kid. And I hate talking about money. I hate thinking about money. I hate checking my account. I hate swiping my card for shit. Like, I feel like a lot of this shit should be free. You know what I'm saying? Like, nature provides everything that we need, and it's just people capitalizing off our resources. That's what it ultimately comes down to. And yeah, so I do not have a good relationship with money.
Well, I don't think I have a bad relationship with money. I think that I would just like more of it. I can't really say I don't have deep issues with money, because I feel like everybody does in some capacity. Like, money is just, I just want more so I can move in less fear with it.
I seen a tweet today, and it said, "You don't need more money. You're the problem."
Okay, not too much on me though.
And I seen what they were saying, but I felt like it was kind of classist to say that, because some people actually do fucking need more money, and some people are not good at budgeting their money. That is a fucking thing. But I feel like, once again, we have so many resources. There's so much shit that they're constantly always selling and shit. They could afford to be giving people the things that they need. Nobody should be in poverty.
Yeah.
America has money for wars. They got money because they cutting tax budgets in every fucking city they can. And where's our tax dollars going?
To the wars.
Literally. And I feel like that's not fair. Somebody was talking about like having a class action lawsuit against the United States for misuse of our tax funds.
That would be lit.
It would be, but then they just came out like last week trying to propose a bill that says that like we couldn't sue them over money. I was like, that's why y'all gotta be quiet. The ops be watching. Yeah.
How would that even... The way that they keep going back and forth about stuff, like they keep playing with the idea of getting rid of the taxes that you do every year. But it's like, I don't believe they'll ever stop taking taxes from us. I mean, it's made up in the first place. Like, if you ask anybody, even a tax professional, to explain taxes and where they came from, it's literally just something somebody made up.
Yeah, everything's made the fuck up. And that's what is even more frustrating to me, because money is just paper. Somebody decided to print out some fucking paper and say, we're going to use this as currency now.
Yeah. Shit's crazy.
And money is power. People use money to control other people and things and places and even ideas. And I feel like money can be amazing and such a blessing, but it can also be like the beginning of the end for somebody because they don't know how to, I don't want to say be humble because that's not the right word, but like, I guess they just get filled with greed. Like they have to have more and more. Which, yeah.
I can see how it's easy to fall into that though. But I don't know. The way things are right now, everybody could use more money.
Yeah. Absolutely. Are you good at budgeting? I think you are.
Yeah, I'm good at budgeting.
I am terrible at budgeting. I don't even know what a budget is. I would like just want to give my money to Cherry and then she could tell me how we supposed to spend it. Cause
that sounds good and easy, but
I'm an emotional spender. And I feel like money trauma kind of manifests in different ways. Like for you, it kind of, you have a fear of spending money. Like, am I going to have enough? And for me, it's like, whenever I get it, I need to just hurry up and spend it because, like, that's just what it was growing up for me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people in my family, their relationship with money was also connected to like our relationships. Like instead of an emotional connection, like money was offered, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so like then that low key became one of my love languages. Like you gonna have to be a trick.
Trick love the kids. I feel that. I remember growing up and walking in my parents' room and seeing my dad like balancing his checkbook.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I remember my parents talking to me about saving my money. And I think I took that and somewhere along the lines, you know what? Adulthood. Once I started taking care of myself, that's when the fear started coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was very broke.
Yeah.
And like, there were times where I literally didn't have anything to eat and I just had to wait till I got paid. And it wasn't because, that's a lie. It wasn't fully because I was spending my money the wrong way.
Irresponsibly.
There we go. What's happening right now? Is
there a wrong way to spend money? I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'm trying to break the bank.
No, baby. That's how we're having this conversation. What was I saying?
Yeah, spending irresponsibly wasn't the case.
It wasn't fully the case. It did play a large part, especially when I wasn't just taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I don't know. I'd rather spend money on somebody else than spend money on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I spend it on me, it's like all the fear comes in. Like, oh my gosh, what if this turns into my last? What if I need this next week?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if somebody else needs this and I'm spending it on this and I don't need this? Like I'll talk myself out of wanting something or needing something.
Yeah, you do that a lot. But you're getting a lot better, though. You're getting a lot better. Like, I think you just started out with little things like your car collection, and now you're like investing in like your recording setup. Like, you know, I'm proud of you. I feel like that you are going in a good direction. It's just hard to keep having that growth mindset, to keep having an abundant mindset when the physical doesn't look like what you actually need it to look like.
Yeah.
But I do try and have an abundant mindset. Like, I've always felt like money comes and money goes. If you don't spend it now, it was going to get spent some other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it just happens how it happens. Like, yeah, people are irresponsible with their money, and they do need to budget or get a financial advisor, a financial planner, maybe somebody that's just dictating where each of your monies go. One of my friends, she has somebody, and I don't know what it's called, but they basically have control of her money, and they pay her bills for her, and then they give her like an allowance out of that. And then so that way she's like saving some money. All her bills is getting paid, so she don't have to worry about, because she was like, you know, spending money this way or that way. Like, the bills is paid, and then you know, she can use what they feel like from that check. It's just like spend how you wanted money.
She got a personal accountant?
It's not an accountant. It's like a service provider through the VA. Like a financial advisor. I think they have like a power of attorney or whatever to handle her business. Yeah. But it's lit, honestly. When she told me about it, I was like, damn, I need to get me some of those. Or one of those. Y'all better over here and get you one of these.
It's a financial advisor.
A financial advisor. Yeah. I think that ultimately we just have to be smart, work smarter, not harder, be honest with ourselves about like actually how much money we have, and then like going from there. Like, sometimes you have to downsize, sometimes you have to be a little bit more minimalistic so that your lifestyle is like feasible and aligned with your finances. Like, it is just a thing. Sometimes it be hard times, or sometimes you be having to stretch your money, and sometimes you be rolling in the dough because you have a lot of money. And so that's why I just really believe it like comes and goes, and like not to get so attached to where's it going. Like, I've watched and listened to a lot of experts and even people on podcasts talk about money and money trauma, and I'll be like, damn, like that's really hitting so hard. But I'll never like actually follow through with any of the stuff.
I mean, it starts small. I think the biggest problem some people have is they might get all that information, and then it's like just, well, I can't do that because I know for me sometimes it's like, well, it's easy for you to say that. You're making $3,000 a day. Like, you can, some of these saving plans that people be selling, it's like you saving a higher amount every week. Like, what are you doing that you can just put this away every week and it's higher every week? Like, that don't really make sense to a real budget.
Yeah, I tried that before, and it was like a daily savings. And so the first day you put $1, the next day you put $2, and by the end of the month, then on the last day you would have put $31. And they say, oh, this is supposed to get you however thousands of dollars, but it's like, what did you give up during each of those days to put that money into your savings? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, just today, I put $10 in my bank account. But by the end of the month, one day you putting 20 to your bank account. Then you put in 21, 35. Like, well, not 35, but you know what I mean? Like, it just goes up and up and up. And by the end of the week, you didn't so-called put away $500 in savings. And it's like, it's not realistic. You can't. It's not realistic for somebody to have every week like that. Right. If you're middle or low class, that's just like not fucking realistic.
Yeah, you gotta just start with what you can. I
Mm-hmm.
literally started one savings account with just $5 every time I got paid. And it felt good when I looked at it and I saw $20 in there. Like, you don't have to start off all crazy if saving your money is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can start with $3.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Just like be focused and always keep in the back of your mind what your future goals are, and then not being hard on yourself, always like having compassion for where you are in your journey, even if it's like not where you want to be as far as like understanding your finances and spending healthily.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you just gotta keep showing up and trying again and trying again. It's like good to have people that hold you accountable, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like there's lots of ways that you can save money by looking in places that you don't normally look in. Or like even seeing what options is available to you and resources that you can have. One thing is like if you're self-employed, is tax write-offs. You will save so much money for yourself and your business by doing tax write-offs, because most people when they start is they're using their money to fund the business. So if it's like if the business broke, I'm broke. So there's different things you get, like loans for being a first time business owner. Certain type of businesses get loans. Certain type of like career fields, they can get loans for things. But those tax write-offs is a major key for real.
Yeah.
Saving those receipts. Well, you like to
go through my account every month and just put it in the Excel.
Mm-hmm.
That's my shit. It's easier to do it that way than trying to keep up with papers for me.
No, I just had a Ziploc with receipts, and then I would just put the receipts in the bag just in case I get audited. You know what I'm saying?
That would make me anxious.
They don't. I've never been audited. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you really have to be doing some crazy stuff and trying to like scam.
Yeah.
For them to be auditing you, like.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying like the receipts though. Having all those receipts would make me anxious.
Even if they're just in one spot, like in one bag.
Because it would just be like, oh my gosh, I got to go through all of these receipts.
I mean,
I don't know.
You only have to go through them one time a year, and that's when you do your taxes. And if you have a tax professional, then you don't have to really worry about that. Taxes is high key a scam. One, paying them, and then two, also paying for somebody to process your shit. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a scam for sure.
Like, I'll say I've been doing my own taxes for at least 5 years. My sister taught me how to do taxes. She was doing mine for a couple years, and then she was like, all right, bitch, time to build a skill. And last year I did both of our taxes.
Yeah.
It's not that bad for real.
I'm not somebody that wants to do that. I will gladly pay somebody to do my taxes.
Yeah. I really enjoy numbers and math, though. I wanted to be an accountant before. Yeah.
Accounting's cool. But, yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier for me. It's less stressful and less frustrating to just, oh, you can do this? Okay. How much do you need?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people like to outsource when it comes to that stuff. If it genuinely brings you stress, then you probably should get somebody else to do it.
Yeah. I'll make it as easy for you as possible. Like doing those spreadsheets and everything.
Mm.
Whatever you need, I got you. Just handle it.
Felt. A few years ago, or maybe a couple years ago, I don't know because I haven't been on YouTube in a minute, but I did this video. It was a channel message, and it's called So You Want to Be a Millionaire. And basically in the video, I talk about taking accountability for, you know what I'm saying, your spending habits, at least learning what it is your relationship is to money, so that you can like know how to move forward, and really ultimately just having trust that there will be more, you know what I'm saying, and trust that everything work out how it's supposed to work out.
Yeah. I feel like faith is the way to get everything, honestly. Like, Not just like, oh, I believe it's gonna happen one day, but like taking the actions with it. Mm-hmm. Like, this is going to happen, even when it's hard. I was talking about that earlier when I was talking to Cam. Like, just moving with the universe and taking the opportunities when they're presented to you. Mm-hmm. Instead of contemplating or like just falling into that fear again, like, oh, but what if this isn't a good opportunity? What if...
Yeah.
It's like, well, you wanted it. They brought it to you. You gotta trust and take it.
Yeah. I don't often stress about decision making because I feel like there's multiple paths available to us, and like whatever path you go with, ultimately it's going to lead you to the same destination. It's just in different parts of our paths. That's where we learn our experiences. You might not learn how to manage your money in your 20s, but by the time you're 35, then you might be at the place in your life that you're like, okay, I'm getting this shit together. Mm-hmm. And that's just on, living life with ease, not trying to make yourself, just be in acceptance of where you are. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is so expensive now, and like boomers will be on the internet talking about just stop drinking Starbucks every day and then you'll have enough money to buy a house. Like, that is not real. If you spend $5 for a coffee, and let's be honest, Starbucks is really giving like 7 to 9 at this point, which is crazy. And you supposed to do that for 31 days, and then all of a sudden you think you'll spend so much money. I'm not trading in my happiness for money. Mm-hmm. Money is energy. Time is energy. Love is energy. And you get to choose where you want to put that energy, how you're going to be intentional about directing it. And I choose not to use my energy when it comes to finances of doing that.
Yeah. I'm still learning.
You'll get there though. Like, it's all about being a balance. Like, although you still figuring it out with like being more comfortable spending your money without guilt, I'm like a recovering shopaholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it grosses me out. I don't want to be like Tristan, but like after the next day I feel disgusted.
Well, why do you do it again?
Because it feels good, honestly. We talked about on that episode about oxytocin, endorphins. You get some type of rise out of shopping, unless that's something that you hate and you don't enjoy. Mm-hmm. But like, I get a little boost of serotonin even when I'm just scrolling. Even when I'm just adding shit to a cart that I'm never going to buy. Just looking at Pinterest and like thinking about the life that I'm going to have. Like, to me, my time is filled better that way than worrying and stressing about what I don't have in this moment. Mm-hmm. And that's what I be on, for real. Manifestation.
I feel you. Manifest, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to point the tail.
Do you feel like, as far as like your money trauma is concerned, that you've ever had an issue with like trying to keep up with people as far as like appearances, or even like helping people out like too much where it's the point where you had to like create a boundary?
There was a time when I was willing on several occasions to give my last $20 to make somebody else happy. And I told myself I would never do that again. And I knew better. Like, in the back of my mind, I knew better. Because my mom always told me, If you're not gonna have that same amount after you give them the money, then don't give them the money. Like, you ain't got it if you're not gonna have it after you give it to them.
Yeah, that's a fact. My grandma always said, don't lend out anything that you can't afford not to get back.
Mm-hmm.
And then she always used to say too is, if you feel like you're going to lend somebody some money, then if you don't have double of what you're lending them, then you ain't got it.
Yeah.
And that's just on self-preservation. We all want to help people out and, like, do what we can when we can, but it's like really being honest about when you can. And sometimes, even though you're feeling empathetic and like you want to help somebody, you got to help yourself first. Like, you really do have to help yourself first. We can't, like, keep doing the same thing and keep having the same repeated behaviors and patterns and think in 5 years, our finances is going to be so great. Like, you have to take the steps to do it, and follow through and keep showing up and being accountable.
Yeah. It can be hard to get out of, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still, like I said earlier, I'm still learning how to not be so willing to just spend on other people. It's hard, though.
Yeah, it is hard when you care about people. Or, like, gift giving is one of my love languages, and not like for holidays or anything, but just like a random, like, pick me up. I go, oh, I seen this and I know my girlfriend will like it. Or randomly I want to send my best friend something. Like, that's something that I will do. But for the most part, for me, it is the keeping up with people. Like, I'm way better now because I really don't give a fuck what anybody thinking. It's like, who's paying my bills?
Mm-hmm.
But even when certain situations I feel like triggered, or I feel insecure about the money that I have when I go around certain people. Like, when we went to go on vacation last summer and I was around my family, and like before we got there, I told you, like, when I get around them, I be low-key feeling some type of way because they have money, and or that's what it looks like. Because that's another thing, girl.
So,
and no shade,
people be having to keep up with themselves.
And that's the thing. And yeah, sometimes I feel shitty because it's like, they got these designer bags, they wearing Yeezys, they talking about what they're gonna do, how they're spending money, and then, like, that's part of, like, the envy or having bad feelings towards money. And now I just try and be like, do I even value those things? And I don't.
Yeah.
The things that I value are totally different. So that means that I'm willing to invest in certain things, or certain things are pleasurable to me. But it's no reason, to be jealous or, in your feelings if it's something that you don't even want.
I get like that sometimes when I see people's closets. I love clothes. I love buying clothes. It feels good. I like to put on something fresh and be cute. So sometimes I still do, for sure. Especially if it's like a piece that I want. It's like, oh my gosh, I want that so bad.
Yeah, and some of the purchases that I made, to me, it is like an investment. I'm so glad I have it. Like my Brandon Blackwood bag that says, in systemic racism. Everywhere I go and I'm carrying it, I'm like, yeah, bitches, white people in this shit. And like, I'm so happy that I bought it. Every day that purchase makes me happy. It's not just about, oh, it made me happy to buy it that one day because everybody was trying to get Brandon Blackwood bags. Like, that purchase, I bought that at least 1.5 years ago, if not 2 years. And it still makes me happy every single day. So it's just all about investing in things that you really do actually care about. Like, it's okay to spend your money, but like, don't spend it on things that is going to waste away or you never going to use it again. And one thing I'm big on is spending my money on creative memories.
Yeah.
And food.
Food for sure.
Yeah.
Like Brother Keith says, for sure you right on. Shout out Keith. I hope he's having a good day.
Yeah. I feel like what it has really been important to me, but I haven't like I think about ideas all the time, but I haven't like put anything in place to secure it. It's just like generational wealth coming from like a financial standpoint, and like what can I do to put my kids in a position that when they're my age, they don't have to be, insecure or stressed about money.
Honestly, especially for people that don't have a whole bunch of money, I think the best thing you can do to put them in a better financial situation is show them how to be financially responsible.
That's so good. Yeah, a lot of people and money or business influencers online be like, put a business in your kid's name, let it build up their credit. And I feel like that's extremely irresponsible. Some people, they actually have money trauma because when they were younger, their parents did use their name to get a gas bill or a light bill, and then maybe didn't pay it or couldn't pay it. And now your credit's fucked up. You haven't even bought a single thing. You haven't even had not one credit card. So I just am not okay with doing that. I feel like I've been learning more about like creating trust. And that's really just a savings plan that continues to add up and have interest, which is better.
Yeah.
And life insurance, because something happened to you today or tomorrow, and then you'll leave your kids fucked up.
Yeah.
Or your family. Like, how many people be on the internet GoFundMe for a funeral? Like,
yeah, life insurance is a big thing. That's
it's
probably that's one thing for sure rich people do to make sure that their kids are wealthy.
And I feel like as far as insurance is concerned, life insurance is the least expensive. And so you could do something with that for real.
Yeah.
I read this story, this news article, and this girl was saying that she didn't have, her father passed away. It was to her unexpected, but after he died, she felt like that he knew he was going to die, or maybe he was already sick and he didn't tell them. But she was like trying to open her own beauty salon, but she didn't have the money yet. And he kept telling her, you'll get the money soon. Like, don't worry about it. You'll get the money soon. And then when he passed away, he left her a $200,000 insurance policy. And she was able to use that and open her salon. And like that right there is generational wealth. Because now she's going to continue to build more wealth with her salon. Like, that's what's up.
Yeah. And it was also an example. Now she knows that she should do that too.
That's so true. I just want to be able to like pass down my kids some land, a house. Like, I feel like no matter what the state of the country is, at least you can say you have an asset. And if you really need the money, then, you know what I'm saying, you could sell your house.
Yeah.
It's like cars, to me, they're the worst investment. I know people like cars, like I know you love cars and stuff. But as soon as you drive it off the lot, it already decreases in value. And it just continues to decrease over time. And like, although there's some cars that I want to be like, oh, that's my dream car, I can't see myself just going crazy spending money on cars because like that's not valuable to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things that would just be I really love this purchase. That's not, you don't buy a car thinking it's going to be worth millions. Unless it's like a super rare vehicle or a good old one that you can like renew and then it'll be worth something. But it still has to be a very specific vehicle. Like, it's
you gotta have like the original everything inside of, original engine, original seats, steering wheel. It's like a lot. And that's another thing that people would just pass on, because otherwise you have the money to invest in buying a classic car anyways. Yeah. I think that kind of brings me to the next point of like, say you could see yourself spending a lot of money on cars or tech. I could see myself spending a lot of money on hobbies or traveling. And it's like, we just have to have a good balance. If you're sharing finances with somebody, constantly communicate about finances, share about your debts, and share about, when you have money. My grandma used to tell me when I was married that I should have a secret account and that I should always just keep putting money in it. So if I ain't have a man no more, then I'll have the money. And I didn't listen to her because I felt like that just seemed like sneaky and just an untrustworthy thing to do. But after I was single, I see why she said it.
I'll say I agree with that. My mom told me that too. But she didn't say sneak and have one. I think it's important to always just have your own money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's cool if y'all share an account, that's cute, or whatever, y'all making plans. But you should always have your own money.
Yeah. You don't think that's the same thing? Well, my sister and her fiance, they share the finances the best, or as far as people I know personally. Mm-hmm. And they have like their own bank accounts, and they have one bank account that they put money in for bills or, like activities and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And every time they get paid, it automatically, part of their check automatically goes in their checking account and then in the shared checking account. And then they just have their bills on, what's that called?
Like auto pay.
Auto pay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. They still have their own money.
Yeah.
Like, especially if y'all view money differently or you spend money differently, you want to have your own account.
Yeah, money is the reason that a lot of people break up, for real. And it depends on what type of person you are. Like, if you are somebody that's very insecure about money, you'll leave a bitch like me. Because I will stress you out. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? You have to, I feel like, choose people and be in relationship with people that are on your current level, to a sense. Like, I feel like it's good to date up. Mm-hmm. But
it's always good to date up.
To date down is crazy. I mean, you can judge me on that, but
unless you...
times be hard sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like unless you just have what it takes and them having money doesn't really mean anything for your stability, then date whoever you want, But, yeah, definitely, if you ain't got it or if you're working for more, it's not ideal to be with somebody that can't add to that in some way.
Yeah. And some people, they just have their own system. Like, a lot of people, if one person is working and actually making the money, the other person does other things that balances out, the load of them not paying the bills. Like, it's other things that they do that are, equal or greater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've definitely had my share of being the one making the money and doing everything else. Like, I was providing everything.
Yeah. I definitely want to be like that too. I want to have the capacity to do it. You know what I'm saying? Would you choose love over money or money over love?
I think love over money. Because, well, I would say love over money because of my peace. My peace is more important than somebody being able to provide for me.
Felt.
Like, being taken care of financially is nice, but if that's the only thing I'm getting, it's not going to be a good relationship. I'll say that.
Yeah. I feel like both of them. I feel like that you should have discernment, and when you are, actively dating, when you are thinking about having a long-term partner, you should think about at that time right now in your life, what would be the most beneficial to you? What will be the most fulfilling to you? And for some people, this financial security is way more important than being in love with somebody or sharing good memories or any of that. Because, for a lot of reasons, they could have, issues when they was growing up with money. They could be in survivor mode now. It's like a lot of people have whatever reasons that they choose to, choose money over love, or even like date somebody that they know is going to take care of them, even if they're not the best in other ways in a relationship. But I think both of them. I think that I will date somebody that is at the same level as me, at the time meeting them and everything. Or I would date somebody that has more than me too, because I can learn things from them. But I'm down to build with my partner. I know that I have goals, that I'm constantly achieving something. I'm always working to be a better person. And so even if right now I can't show up financially yet, I'm doing the work so that I could do that in the future. And I feel like in that case, then you could choose love over money, because this is a saying I heard. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, do it together. It's like stronger. It makes your relationship more stronger. Like y'all are healing those financial wounds together, and creating more vulnerability. It takes a lot to share money with people, because y'all all got your own issues coming into it. Y'all all have your different spending habits or whatever it is, and you have to be open and vulnerable enough to have those real ass conversations. Like, no matter how much anxiety or stress they give you, the more you do it, the less fear you will have each time, I feel like.
Facts, B.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback off that real quick, I am down to build with somebody. I'm not down to build somebody up.
Ooh. Your stomach said, girl. That part? No.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. I think we could slide into mental health matters. We went in on the topic this week.
Me. Ready?
Are you ready?
Mental health matters. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this week for Mental Health Matters, we really just want to inspire you to self-reflect and be honest with yourself about your finances and your goals. And if your behaviors are aligning with what you want in the future. So I'm going to ask some questions, and I feel like these would be super great to like journal about. And, just get comfortable understanding how you feel.
Yeah.
How do you feel about money? What is your relationship with money like? Like how I said, my relationship is not good with money. Money stressed me out. It don't matter how much money I have or don't have. Yeah.
Damn.
What do you want, and how can you achieve it realistically? Like, that doesn't always pertain to finances, but that also can like just pertain to your daily behaviors, period. And like, what are your personal goals? You know what I'm saying? you never know what you could be doing and how it could turn out to be a financial blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing something for the right reasons, which is it's in your purpose, it's authentic to who you are, you're passionate about it, you love doing it, you could wake up every day doing it and not get paid for it, then you know eventually the money is going to come with consistency and intention.
Yeah. Like, what steps are you already taking to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, if you go into school, you know that in 4 years when you get out of school, you're going to be in a better place financially when you can get a better job, or depending on what your plan is. You know what I'm saying? That was just the example I came up with.
Yeah.
And just for advice, I feel like this is something I'm working on with myself, and so that's how I know it's a thing that other people need.
Mm-hmm.
It's just detaching from your feelings of regret or resentment, whatever feelings that you have towards money that are not positive. It's all about, changing your mindset and building a new relationship with money. I'm trying to think who this was, but I can't think of her name, but she's like a financial guru and she talks about it from like a spiritual perspective too. I'll just post something in the story that she did, but she said like she just one day took a bunch of her money and she treated it like it was a person and got everything out that she wanted to say to money. Like, I hate you sometimes. Why wasn't you there when I needed you? Like, we don't realize like money's an energy. It's we are having a relationship with money.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes you got to get it off your chest so you can let it go and move forward healthily.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
That's a good idea.
I wanted to share some books that I feel like will be helpful if you are on your, journey to financial freedom or whatever you may be calling it.
Mm-hmm.
I have The Black Girl's Guide to Financial Freedom. This is by Paris Woods. Get Good with Money by Tiffany. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm going to say Leach. I can't think of what's her Instagram name, but she is like so popular. Like a money coach.
Yeah, I heard her book was good.
This is for all my girls with ADHD like me, who your relationship to money sometimes feels out of your control. And this is called Women with ADHD, and it's written by Sarah Davis and Linda Hill. And then some of our favorites that everybody knows, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, and Rich Dad Poor Dad.
You know what? I never read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think I started reading it. I got 3 sentences in and then I left because I saw where it was going. We can come back to that.
Yeah.
Whenever we have a conversation about LLC Twitter again, it's just one of those books, that and the 48 Laws of Power.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the I'm gonna fuck people over handbook.
Yeah. A lot of the way people teach others how to make money is unethical or just like not a fair exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why a lot of people also have a bad relationship with money. They don't trust money or trust the people of the financial interaction.
Yeah.
And the last one is You Are Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. If you've read the You Are Badass book, if you haven't, find it, pick it up, read it now.
That's a good book.
I've read that book over several times and I feel like she has a gift. She has the gift of translating her real experiences to assist others and
in a way that makes sense. It's not like you're trying to figure out what she's trying to say.
Yeah, I love her style of writing because it's very just like home girl. Like, hey girl, I know you just laying in the bed, and I love that.
You're sitting on the couch anyways.
Well, we can get into Reel It In.
Yeah.
Did you have anything for Reel It In this week?
Yes. There's this show on Netflix called How to Get Rich. With Ramit. I don't know how to say it.
It might be SETI.
SETI. Ramit Sethi. It's on Netflix. It's a good show. It's this financial advisor. He is dealing with maybe 3 different people that have different financial issues, and he's basically going through with them and helping them get on the right track to actually reach the goals that they have.
Mm-hmm. That's dope. This week I wanted to talk about American Fiction. It's gonna be in the theaters here soon. I feel like within the next week. Mm-hmm. And it has the dude from Cadillac Records.
Which one?
The one who was like basically in a business deal with the white guy.
The one that wasn't taking no shit?
Yeah.
The wolf guy?
No, not Wolf.
Oh.
Damn. Is it Woody?
The light skinned guy?
Yeah. He had kind of like that poof.
Poppy from Shaft.
Oh, I don't know. I never seen that.
The second Shaft, not the original Shaft, and damn sure not the new one.
He's the main character. I feel like this is going to be one of those movies that make people think, but it's also funny from what I've seen with the trailer. Also, Issa Rae is in it. It's a bunch of people in it. But the premise of the movie is that this dude's an author. I swear I cannot talk lately. He's an author. He's really good. But the only thing trending right now is the black stories that are stereotypical. And he doesn't necessarily tell stories about black people. He tells stories. Mm-hmm. And, you know, his publishing company is like, we need you to write a black book. That's what's in right now. Black book.
I do want to see that.
And he's like, well, I'm black and this is a book. Mm-hmm. And he goes to this conference and it's Issa Rae there. And she's like talking about her book and she's making it sound so profound. And then they ask her to read an excerpt from it. And it's like
the worst version of hood talk.
It was giving Byron. Okay. I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And so then he takes the advice of his publishing company. He takes on this whole new persona, acting like he's hood and gangster, like he went to jail before or some shit. And his book blows up.
Yeah, it's like a bestseller. And then I guess the movie is just him exploring just how crazy that is. Like, it's kind of like the conversations people have about the music industry. Like, we have to dumb ourselves down to be sellable. But also, it seems like that's what we want to see from each other. It's crazy.
And that's how it makes you think right there. Because it's like, in reality, on a daily basis, what is it that you're paying attention to? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, if you look at their For You page, then it's not educational or it's not something that's inspiring or uplifting. It's purely for entertainment. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like there's a time and a place. And if you don't make some time to educate yourself or to be in community with others to create relationships online, I feel like you're just playing a character.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they play a character who's not even really them in real life. It's just what is selling.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They don't never really be bumping up the black people that's like really trying to do something good for real. I mean, there's an exception, a few. But then it's like the people who always go viral is like,
it's the bullshit.
Inappropriate. Yeah. Fighting, talking about shit that don't really matter. Or gossiping. It's not going to help the community.
Yeah. Everything that's good for you is like, if you're not, it's like back to the podcast. If you're not already popping, people don't really want to hear what's going to make them better. They want to hear you gossip. They want to hear you talk about gender roles and stuff like that.
Exactly. It's so annoying because, like, yeah, those things are going to come up in conversation when you're touching on topics that are more impactful to the black community. But it's annoying as fuck that that's the whole conversation. It's literally like they're just talking about.
What's your favorite position?
I was watching a podcast, and I'm not going to say which one it was, but like a lot of times they just keep bringing up like booty hole, like, and I'm like, girl, like,
yeah,
part of the conversation was good, you know, like you got something out of it, but then that's like 10 minutes out of a 45-minute podcast where they just kiki and giggling, and it's like entertainment only. And I'll be feeling a way about that because we work so hard to be authentic and to be a resource to people that are on a healing or wellness journey.
Yeah, the people that want to grow, they're coming over to us.
Yeah.
And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and like this video.
Follow us on every platform: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
All the links are in the description.
Everything. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really post on Twitter no more though. Or X. Yeah. I broke up with him. We can slide into the breaks. So this week for the breaks, it's kind of a lot coming out or whatever, or not coming out, but I guess that I seen and I like took notice of. The first thing is today, Meg Thee Stallion dropped an ad for the Olympics, and I was like, okay, Meg, like, get a bag on us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like nothing feels better when you go through a breakup to just level up and shit on your ex nigga. Like, yeah, you came out with that 10-minute song trying to degrade me, but I'm sponsoring the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's about me.
Yeah. Facts.
The Olympics are going to be July 2024, and they're taking place in Paris. Super cool, super exciting, and I feel like they did that because they know the type of response they're going to get from people who watch or enjoy Meg Thee Stallion, and that's going to, you know, bring more people back into watching Olympics then. Because I feel like back in the day it used to be a real popular thing, and now we don't really check for it.
Don't nobody really watch the Olympics anymore unless it's a good highlight.
Yeah, or if it's like a black person broke a record or some shit.
Yeah. I think ShaKayla is still...
She's like the fastest woman.
Yeah, she's still on our team.
Yeah, I think because she like went and tried back again.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is a song that I have is Renee Rapp and Coco Jones. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know who that was. I seen her on the Terrell show one time, but I didn't watch the episode because I didn't know who it was. It's like, Harper, who is this white woman? But her voice actually is really nice, really beautiful. And I feel like her and Coco's voice complement each other. The song sounds good. I haven't listened to the real song. All I heard was like the snippet on Instagram. And it was giving, you gonna get your karma, nigga.
I fuck with that.
Facts.
Because boy, did they all.
And the last song that came out this week that I feel like was really funny and is just continually trolling all these people who talk shit, Sexy Red. I love that she's gonna continue being her and showing up doing shit, that hood shit.
Yeah.
Like, I seen this post one time and it said, if girls twerking and hood rat shit is not part of the revolution, then I don't want it. It's like a lot of times we have these, like, you know, communities, but they feel like they are above certain women because they don't participate in those activities, or they look down on them for what they're doing. But we're all women. We all share a lot of the same issues. And what you're doing is just turn around and putting those issues on another woman that men place on you.
Yeah.
So she came out with the song. It's called F My Baby Daddy. I was feeling it because the vibes be vibing.
Mm-hmm.
And the video was just funny as hell because she's like pregnant as hell. She's twerking on the counter, like going off, okay? And I liked it. I liked the song. I'm gonna play it again.
I'm a Sexy Red fan, so.
I am.
She could say almost anything, and I'll be on board.
Yeah, except for when she said that shit about Donald Trump. Like, girl, I'm going to need you to get financially educated because that money did not come from Donald Trump. He might have signed the checks, but it was coming from the United States government. And really, it was coming from your own pockets because it was like an early tax payoff type of thing. Like,
yeah.
Y'all got to do better. What about you? Anything came out this week that you were like turned up about?
Well, I found out that Kamaya dropped another project.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Another Summer Night. I haven't listened to it yet.
Excuse me.
I don't know what I was doing. I don't know how I came across it. I was scrolling on Instagram, and she came up, and I saw it, and I was like, wait a minute. She had been dropping singles, and she just dropped a project with Harry Fraud, which is amazing. I think that's called American Dream. But, yeah. Can't wait to get my ears on that. And shout out to whatever deal she signed, because the marketing has gone up tremendously. The West Coast rappers are getting these deals, and I'm here for it. Shout out to them.
Shout out.
Also, on my journey, on this journey, I found this rapper that's from Richmond. His name is Fly Anakin. His music sounds dope. It has an underground feel to it. Mm-hmm. And he's also dating a baby mother.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I like her, though. I fuck with her heavy.
Well, baby mother. Mother is somebody else. Shout out to Mother C. But baby mother.
Okay. I like her.
Yeah. Who also released a project this year on streaming, which I didn't expect because she stopped releasing her music on streaming. It was only released on Bandcamp and stuff. But, yeah.
She said it's time to get back to it.
I fuck with it.
Did you have anything for Music of the Week? Or are you listening to anything like?
I haven't really been listening to anything specific. Mm-hmm. Like a song will pop in my head and I'll play it, but this week was just not a listening week.
Mm-hmm. I love that though because I kind of look at everything as like different signs and stuff. And so when a song randomly pop up in my head, I feel like it's a music message. So I go to listen to it and it might be something that I needed to hear.
Yeah. Today's song was 444. The song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of just been listening to beats. So I haven't really been listening to other people's music.
I feel that. This week I have been literally obsessed with Jessie Reyes. I love her. She's, I don't know, she seemed like she kind of alternative, but she's not. But her music kind of emo. But I don't know. I just like it.
It's kind of like, what's Shorty name that sing Get Out? Get out right now.
JoJo?
Yeah.
No, it's not like JoJo at all.
That's what it was giving to me when you was
She was
playing.
literally on the Blackest King album, and the song that she did was like literally like raging. Like, she's not that girl. I can't believe you said that.
That's
y'all
what that
let us know
album
in the comments
like.
if you were Jessie Reyes. It wasn't an album. It was like her essentials. It was like all of her different music.
It was all singing to me. She was singing her heart out, and it sounded amazing.
Yeah. The last thing we have is Forest Bias, and this week we want to talk about Tia Norfleet. She was the first black female NASCAR driver, and she's from Suffolk, Virginia. So shout out.
Zoom.
Super inspiring, super cool, and dope.
She's living my dreams. Yeah. I used to want to be a NASCAR driver until I realized how long they were driving around those tracks. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to drive that long, but I do want to race. So I'm going to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Thought about Formula One, but still, same thing. Hours. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of Gran Turismo, and that movie was so freaking good.
It was good.
That's probably my favorite movie of the year. It's definitely going on the list.
Okay.
It was so good. What you making time for this week?
I'm making time for buying beats.
Her. That's what's up.
What you making time for?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I want to be in a cool, chill mood, but I really need to be doing more to be in cool, chill. Like, so I'm gonna say this week I'm making time for balance.
I like that.
Yeah.
Balance.
Balenciaga.
I'm so glad that caught. When I first said that, you had no idea what it was from.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know, but I watched American Horror Story. And so when we seen it again, I was like, oh, but like I just didn't remember that.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Iconic. I mean, she was iconic. She literally got burnt at the stake like a G.
Yeah. So, without further ado, I've got time.